Hello and welcome back to the Hilton Garden Inn. I am here with my, I'm having trouble with the video camera today. All right, I am here with my car, my little Mazda 3. Hi car. Anyway, we drove down here to the Hilton Garden Inn for testing, and so I'm going to talk about some innovations and ask you some questions, and you can answer them. And pause the video if you want to answer them in more time, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time waiting for the video. Okay, question number one. If you have cleaner fuels, what does that do to emissions that the car gives off? If you have cleaner fuel, does that make the emissions increase or decrease? And hopefully you said that decreases emissions, because if the fuel burns more cleanly, that means it's giving less chemicals off into the atmosphere. So that is always good. If you have lower emissions, what happens to global warming? So if you have lower emissions, global warming actually goes down, because if you have less CO2 up into the atmosphere, then you have less global warming. What about acid rain? If you have lower emissions, what happens to acid rain? Well, there is less of it. And if you recall, acid rain is caused by sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides and NOx and SO2. Those things get into the environment from factories and such, and so if we have fewer emissions like those, then we have less acid rain. All right, switching gears here, like, okay, GMOs. Have they increased or decreased the use of pesticides? And they have actually decreased our use of pesticides. Sorry, my papers are all blowing away. Okay, so they have decreased the use of pesticides. How about fertilizers? They have actually decreased the use of fertilizers as well. Let's see, switching gears again, but staying with the plants. Mechanized irrigation. If you have mechanized irrigation, does that mean it uses more water or less water? And it actually uses less water to water the plants, which is good. Do you get more or less of a yield, crop yield, by using mechanized irrigation? And yes, you definitely get more yield, because the plants get the exact amount of water that they need, and no more and no less, and so you get more plants and you get a better crop from those plants. All right, switching gears again. I don't think I'm going to spin around again anyway, because last time I spun around, all my papers disappeared. Okay, started blowing away. All right, so what nuclear medicine do we use in society today? And remember to pause it if you need some more time. We use MRIs, PET scans, PET scans, radiation treatment, and radioimmunotherapy, and some other ones that are not coming to my mind right now, but those are the main ones. And our last question for this section: is GPS used for better farming? God, that person walked behind me and scared me. I didn't see her coming at all. Anyway, is GPS used for better farming? Yes, it is used for better farming. And how they can use the GPS? They can track the height of the plants, the density of the plants, the health of the plants. Maybe not the height, because they're looking at GPS and satellites. Fertilizers, they can help with fertilization and with harvesting, all done with satellites, GPS trackers, and little moisture gauges that they stick in the ground in different places. And it's just absolutely amazing, all the things that they can do nowadays. See you in the next video.